Hey, what's happening? It's Bill Smith. I wanted to point some things out. I did a video, I don't know if you saw it or not, but it's kind of just a guide to QAnon for new people. I had some friends ask me about this where they caught a video and decided they didn't really know enough about the background. So I'm trying to fill in the blanks for people just getting started. And I covered Jerome Corsi just in the search results. I don't really trust what he says. I think he could be right about half of it. These are just my opinions. You can really watch whoever you want to watch, all right? But I'm not the only one who's had these questions, these concerns. And what it looks like to me, I'm not making any accusations here, but what it looks like to me is that in every issue, in every area, in every conflict, right, there has to be a pro-Israel approach to it. And I think Jerome Corsi and basically INFOWARS, to the same extent, I think is just pro-Israel. So I think that Jerome Corsi is going to be the pro-Israel viewpoint inside of the QAnon community. So that's what I'm making very clear to all of my listeners and viewers. Jerome Corsi is the pro-Israel voice of the QAnon movement. So this is some stuff to look at just while we're here, all right? There's a video that really brought up a question for a lot of us, where he seemed to be endorsing Henry Kissinger, and I think that conversation has been rehashed a couple times or reloaded. I don't know where we're at on that, but it's kind of what got me. I'm going to show you the Wikipedia page here in a second, but this is his Twitter account, all right? And from what I know, this probably points to his post on YouTube, because that's what it says. And if you go here and you open it up, the video has been removed by the user. Now, this is about the Henry Kissinger stuff, the meeting with President Trump. And Henry Kissinger's a bad dude. We're talking Zbigniew Brzezinski, chess master, bad people on a world stage. This is a very, very bad guy. Bad guy. And Jerome Corsi is really pushing him. And they're talking about, if you look at this meeting, this Henry Kissinger meeting, they're talking about how destabilizing the Middle East is a good thing. Balance of power theory. Right? So again, we go to watch that YouTube, but this is Jerome Corsi's Twitter. Right? Twitter, Jerome_Corsi. This is him. Video's been taken down. So there's also some other weird things, though. So I went and tried to go find some more information about it, right? And I typed in Jerome Corsi Kissinger. And here's something we're going to look at here in a second. But here's a QAnon. Okay, it says QAnon video, Jerome Corsi regarding that. Yeah, but that's a page not found. Okay, and I went to the Wayback When machine, and this was never archived, so this doesn't show up. And then the only other one I could find, I looked through a couple of these. The Twitter was still up, which you'd think that he would have taken that down. That I saw this galacticconnection.com, which I don't know. I don't know if that's reputable, but they wrote about it. Here it is, February 15th. So Jerome Corsi, I guess, is that Benjamin Fulford? I've read that somewhere. Points to Henry Kissinger as leader of the New Age. We kid you not. So, I don't know. But this is the only link that was there. And then when we go open up the link, pointed to the same thing. So here's what I'm saying. I usually try to leave my videos up. I've removed one or two because they were a problem for the YouTube censorship. I was worried they were going to get pulled. I wanted to be clear and careful. And then the other one was somebody left a report that YouTube allowed anyway but because they had said that they wanted it to be taken down, and because the video didn't really seem to serve a larger purpose, I did remove it on their behalf. So, but everything else, if I've had to add to something in the past, I always just try to make sure that, number one, we leave the conversation up so it looks like, hey, this has already been discussed. You know, there's a bunch of stuff that my videos don't get traffic anymore, some older ones, but I leave them up because everybody else added to them. They told me, hey, you're wrong, you know, or think about this. So that's important. So the fact that this stuff gets removed in our community is a problem for me. I haven't watched all of his interviews or all of the stuff that he's done. I haven't, you know, I really, like I said, it's not really a source that I find reputable, or without any angles. But if he has issued a retraction for this, and someone, I don't know, write it in the comments and I'll pin it. That way we all know. But I haven't seen anything. I haven't read about anything. And the fact that it would get taken down, I mean, from multiple places, like that first one I showed you, the page was even missing. So, I don't know. It's all about Kissinger, and it's bad. I mean, this is who Henry Kissinger is. We're talking about geopolitical consultant, diplomat, Secretary of State under Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. Now, this is a bad dude. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a globalist master chess player. The kind of guy that no one has ever needed to elect. He just is. He's appointed to run the world. And, you know, we're talking back, what, 60s and 70s? And he never stopped. I mean, he was involved with Reagan and Bush. You could not be more of a globalist than this guy. And, you know, man, you know, you got Jerome Corsi. And, I mean, did he endorse him about this? Because this video seems to say so. I mean, this has got this video right here.
All right, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to say, but I'm going to start off by telling you I just listened to Jerome Corsi, and I have given him a great deal of credence.
Yeah, so I mean, this dude strikes me as an honest shooter with no angle, solid researcher. He's got great background, and he does not want to go calling people out, and he still, you know, offered the most constructive teardown, I think, that I could imagine. So I wonder why Jerome Corsi is the guy in the QAnon movement and why he's pro-Israel. That's all I wonder. You know, I'm not saying anything other than that. Especially given how this all comes off the Chan boards, and you know, like, can someone from 4chan or 8chan chime in? A bread maker or a baker, an OP? Like, someone write something here, because this Jerome Corsi guy seems to be leading the charge on YouTube. But this guy's stuff, you know, this doesn't seem to show up anymore. Like, I know this is a newer channel, and a lot of people have moved here, but this doesn't show up in my searches. I don't see these in the related videos on the side. You know, but the general search is pretty heavy on one name and face. So I'm just pointing this out. I think Lionel was around for a little bit. He's you know, there's one video from 2 weeks ago. But I just see one face over and over and over, and I see that video missing, and I see a bunch of web pages getting taken down and having 404 errors, and I see somebody that I think is reputable and doesn't have any vested interest or angle except for exposure of the full truth, you know, saying the same things that I'm saying. So take that as a grain of salt. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but this one person has got some particular views that may become troublesome in the future. So that's all I got for that. So, in case you didn't know how bad Henry Kissinger was, I mean, he's the kind of guy that gets the memes that are just text. There's nothing real funny. All these memes are really, really sad and just quotes of him saying the worst stuff. You know, he's a bad dude. He's a very bad dude. So, stay sharp, Patriots. Till next time, this is Bill Smith. Thanks for watching.